You're watching Teen TV, an official episode of Fact or Fiction, a Nick Ransom production. There are several ways to get involved with Teen TV. First of all, there's Twitter, and the address for our account is twitter.com/UKTeenTV. Then there's our Facebook page, and you can find that at facebook.com/pages/UKTeenTV/106997939361119. If you want to contact us, all your fan mail, pictures and messages should go to teentv@live.co.uk. Our website is teentv.media.officelive.com, and of course, our YouTube channel is youtube.com/UKTeenTV. Hello and welcome to Fact or Fiction, the brand new Teen TV game show that turns your mind inside out. Very simple, this game. All you need to do is correctly identify if our general knowledge statements are fact or fiction, or as it's otherwise known, true or false. As usual, today we will complete 4 boards, all consisting of 4 statements on each. So let's crack on with it. Here's today's first board, and here is the first statement. Okay, is this fact or fiction? Independence Day is celebrated on July the 4th in the United States of America. Second statement is javelin is the only sport in a decathlon that involves throwing. The third statement, Wembley Stadium opened in 2007. The fourth statement, Michael Phelps has won a total of 16 Olympic medals. So those are your statements, and now it's time for you to figure out if they're fact or fiction. Okay, it's time for the answers. The first statement I gave you was Independence Day is celebrated on July the 4th in the USA. I can tell you that is true. Yes, they've been celebrating it since 1776. Okay, the second statement was javelin is the only sport in a decathlon that involves throwing. That's false, that statement. There is obviously shot put and discus which is involved in decathlon, so that statement is false. Okay, the third statement I gave you was Wembley Stadium opened in 2007. Yes, it did open then. And the fourth and final statement was Michael Phelps has won a total of 16 Olympic medals. That's true. He's won 14 gold medals and 6 bronze medals. Okay, let's advance to board number 2. Okay, the first statement on this board is Sky Living would be found on channel 107 on the typical Skybox. Is that fact or fiction? Second statement, Doctor Who was originally called Dr. Watt until Dr. Sun Lee Watt sued the BBC. The third statement, a pregnant mouse is called a twit. And the fourth statement is South Africa has 3 capital cities. So those are the statements, and now it's time for you to figure out if they're fact or fiction. Okay, it's time for the answers. The first statement I gave you was Sky Living would be found on channel 107 on a typical Skybox. Yes, that is true. Okay, the second statement was Doctor Who was originally called Dr. Watt until Dr. Sun Lee Watt sued the BBC. That's false, that one. Third statement is a pregnant mouse is called a twit. That's also false. And the fourth statement, South Africa has 3 capital cities. Yes, it does. Pretoria is the executive capital city. Bloemfontein is the judicial capital city, and Cape Town is the legislative capital city. Yes, and now it's time to advance to the third board. Okay, the first statement on this board is a bosom is the specific term for a witch's bra. The second statement is the 50 highest mountains in the world are all in Asia. The third statement is around 17,000 Smarties are eaten in the UK every minute. And the final statement, it is possible to kill yourself by holding your breath. So those are your statements, and now it's time for you to figure out if they're fact or fiction. Okay, it's time for the answers. The first statement I gave you was a bosom is the specific term for a witch's bra. No, we've made that up. Brilliant, eh? Okay, the second statement, the 50 highest mountains in the world are all in Asia. Yes, that's true, including the highest mountain in the world, Mount Everest. Okay, the third statement, around 17,000 Smarties are eaten in the UK every minute. That's also true. And the final statement, it is possible to kill yourself by holding your breath. Thankfully, that statement is false. Okay, it's now time for the final board. Okay, the first statement on this board is Heathrow Airport is 6 times the size of Monaco. Second statement, the state of Florida is bigger than England. The third statement, crocodiles swallow stones to help them dive deeper. And the fourth and final statement of this episode, Britain is the world's most populated island. Okay then, those are your statements, and now it's time for you to figure out if they're fact or fiction. Okay, how about some answers? The first statement I gave you was Heathrow Airport is 6 times the size of Monaco. Yes, that is true. Staggering fact, that. Okay, second statement. The state of Florida is bigger than England. A lot of size statements here. Yes, that's also true. Third statement. Crocodiles swallow stones to help them dive deeper. That's also true. And the final statement. Britain is the world's most populated island. That's false, that one. Java in the state of Indonesia is the most populated island. So that's it for episode 4 of Fact or Fiction. Join me again next week for the penultimate show of this series.